Welcome back to the Explainer. Look, if you're trying to maximize your home workout with minimal equipment, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking a total masterclass in home fitness from Athlean X. We're talking high energy, high intensity, and highly effective movements. We're going to look at how you can take one simple piece of equipment, the dumbbell, and turn it into a total body metabolic powerhouse that truly animates your athletic potential. Let's get into it. We aren't just throwing a random list of workouts at you today. No way. We are breaking down the absolute best, highest yield dumbbell exercises you can possibly incorporate into your routine. If you're short on time and only have room for a few exercises, these are the Elite 8. They're going to hit every single muscle group efficiently and effectively. As fitness expert Jeff Cavalier points out, dumbbells allow you to truly train like an athlete. Think about it. Most of us don't have the room for a massive, full barbell setup in our garage, right? Dumbbells give you this incredible space-saving advantage. But honestly, even more importantly, they offer a massive biomechanical advantage. You get this three-dimensional freedom that you just aren't afforded when you're locked into a rigid bar. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We'll cover the overarching dumbbell advantage, upper body power combos, upgraded full body squats, dynamic core challengers, locomotion and momentum, and finally, we'll wrap up with the coach's challenge.
Section 1, the dumbbell advantage.
So the secret sauce here is that these are compound movements allowing for three-dimensional freedom. When you're using a barbell, you're kind of locked into this specific two-dimensional track. But dumbbells, they allow for the full fluid animation of your body through space. You are actually animating the weight in a way that matches your own unique natural biomechanics. This absolute freedom is what makes dumbbells vastly superior for natural athletic movement, especially when you're training at home.
Moving right along to Section 2, upper body power combos.
Our first exercise is the dumbbell curl and press. Now, typically, muscles like the biceps, which are pullers, and the shoulders, which are pushers, are antagonistic muscles. They oppose each other's actions, and honestly, they don't normally like working together. But here's the really fascinating part. To fully contract a bicep, it actually requires a little bit of shoulder elevation. So by flowing the bicep curl directly into a shoulder press, you're forcing these antagonistic muscles to work together beautifully for the common good. You get a pull and a push, completely and seamlessly integrated.
Up next, our second exercise is often called the upper body squat, the dumbbell pullover. This is arguably one of the absolute best exercises you can do, especially if you literally only have one single dumbbell lying around. And a super simple tweak in your technique completely shifts the target muscle group here. Check this out. If you squeeze your hands together and actively try to pull them against each other as you bring the weight over your chest, you're going to emphasize the upper chest. But if you let your elbows flare out a bit and drive the movement with those elbows, the focus drastically shifts to the lats in your back. Try mixing them both up between sets.
All right, Section 3, upgraded full body squats. Let's compare our next move to a normal goblet squat. Now, a standard goblet squat is already fantastic because it drops you right into your natural center of gravity, which is biomechanically perfect for your lower body. But normally, your upper body is just providing passive support, right? You're kind of just holding the dumbbell underneath. By upgrading to the crush grip goblet squat, you actively squeeze that dumbbell between your hands the entire time. It completely transforms a passive upper body hold into an active, highly engaged squeeze. By actively crushing the dumbbell like that, you instantly animate the entire upper body. You're activating the chest, the deltoids, the traps, and the core. You've literally taken a lower body exercise and ensured that absolutely everything is working, from top to bottom. It's just a vastly superior version of an already great exercise. And speaking of total body movements, exercise number 4 is the grueling dumbbell thruster. This one is a true feet-to-fingertip movement that is really going to test your limits. You start all the way down in a deep squat position. Then, as you explosively drive up, you channel all that upward momentum from your legs straight into your upper body. But, hey, that momentum only goes so far. To actually finish the movement, you've got to execute a strict overhead press. Your leg strength dictates how much weight you can start with, for sure, but your shoulder pressing power, that's going to be your limiting factor at the top. It's a phenomenal classic builder, and if you lighten the weight and up the reps, it easily becomes a heavy-breathing metabolic booster.
Moving into Section 4, dynamic core challengers. Let's put the core at the core.
Exercise number 5 is the one-arm dumbbell incline bench. Look, a regular incline bench is great, but the weight distribution is perfectly balanced. By just removing one dumbbell and making it a one-arm exercise, you're creating a severe mechanical disadvantage.
As you lower that dumbbell, all that heavy weight just wants to pull you and roll you right off the side of the bench. The only way to stop that, you have to recruit your core and your obliques to fight gravity and keep your low back flat on the pad. It's an absolutely incredible way to force core stabilization while you're still working the chest.
All right, exercise number 6 is the dumbbell tripod row. If you compare this to a standard one-arm row, where you have one knee resting on a bench and the weight is held pretty close to your center of gravity, this is a whole different beast. In the tripod variation, you keep both feet firmly planted on the ground in a solid athletic stance, knees bent, butt out, and the dumbbell is held a little further away from your center of gravity, out to the side. This wider base of support creates an extreme demand on your core to hold your whole body still and straight as you row the dumbbell. Believe me, you will feel the challenge on your very first rep. Section 5, locomotion and momentum.
Exercise number 7 is one that so many people underestimate, the traditional farmer's carry. It sounds simple, right? You just load up the dumbbells as heavy as you can and you walk. But by literally animating the body across the floor, your lower body is constantly shifting weight, putting you in a momentary single-leg stance over and over again. This forces your core to stabilize violently from right to left, your grip is going to exhaust incredibly fast, and if you can hold on to them long enough, you have to recruit the bigger muscles of your upper and mid-back and even your triceps just to keep those dumbbells stabilized. It's true head-to-toe exhaustion. Exercise number 8 is the dumbbell swing. For this one, you just grab one dumbbell by the end with both hands, totally mimicking a kettlebell swing. This is an incredibly explosive movement that relies heavily on momentum. It's a fantastic way to develop strength in the glutes and hips, which, let's be honest, are often the weakest areas of the human body for a lot of us. Go heavy and challenging here, and you won't just be building your posterior chain, you're going to be huffing and puffing after just a few reps. It's a massively demanding metabolic exercise.
Which brings us to Section 6, the coach's challenge.
Because as Jeff Cavalier's philosophy emphasizes, dumbbells themselves are inert. They're just a tool of the trade. Simply knowing the 8 best movements doesn't actually do the work for you. The true magic happens when you pair these specific exercises with extreme motivation, correct execution, and undeniable passion. Getting the real results out of these tools, that requires bringing absolute intensity to the floor every single time you pick them up.
And that is exactly where we're going to leave you today. You now have the ultimate tools and the ultimate 8-step blueprint for a full-body, athletic dumbbell workout. You know exactly what to do and exactly how to animate your biomechanics to get the most out of every rep. But that final variable, that is entirely up to you. So here's the question. You have the blueprint, but will you bring the intensity to your very next workout? Think about that as you hit the floor next time. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep moving, and we'll see you next time.